Death in itself is bad enough, comes with great sadness and all the bad feelings. But what's worse than death itself is dying. What's worse than death itself is dying a terrible, horrible death. Wanna know what I mean? Check out today's list. Here are 5 of the worst ways to die. Number 5. Eaten by animals. Animals are great. They provide comfort and companionship and are a source of humor. Also, they can kill and eat you. A perfect example are the big cats. Unlike other cats that would kill and eat you, like the lions and tigers and their sisters, jaguars do not suffocate their prey by going for the neck. They are busy cats, so they don't have time to wait around for whatever time it takes for their prey to suffocate. Instead, they use their 30 elongated, deadly teeth to bite through the temporal bones of their victim. In other words, they bite the brains. If you think that's terrible, then you definitely don't want to get eaten by hyenas. They hunt by hopping to people-sized victims. When they finally have you down on the ground, they start eating. Whether or not the person is utterly still alive, they don't care. Pretty messed up way to die if you ask me. Number 4. Being crushed to death. There are a lot of horrific ways to kill or execute people that will make you glad and thankful that you are living in the 21st century. Such is the case of execution by elephant. The brutal punishment was observed in the late 19th century. First, the criminal was tied by the waist to the leg of the elephant and then taken for a bloody trial around the city. After that, the criminal was made to kneel and place his head on a stone. The elephant then crushes the head of the accused with its foot. Try not to imagine that, it's a pretty messed up image. Number 3. Being frozen to death. The body freezes in gradual stages. While we start out at a normal 98 degrees Fahrenheit, as the body cools we start to shiver. That's your muscles telling you that you need to generate more heat. When no heat is applied, our body becomes stiff and wooden, which means our muscle control and coordination go out the window. If you are trembling around, making contact with the ground, even better. You are probably getting colder. Your brain is also suffering. You can't think clearly or hold a thought anymore. And then the shivering stops. Sounds like a good thing, but it's really the opposite. Because now your body isn't even creating a sensory heat and your overall temperature drops. Your body organs and responses are so slow that it might actually appear that you're dead before you even are. Luckily, you lose consciousness at some point, so you are really not going to know when you die. Could I possibly think of anything more terrible than this? Well, yeah. Number 4. Torture. Is there a list of worse ways to die that would be complete without acknowledging the psychopathic minds that came before us and created innovative, vulgar ways to be punished to death? There are a lot of horrible, nasty, horrifying options, but we're just going to be picking one of the worst. The bolts. This ancient Persian torture method required the victim to lie into a covered narrow bolt, with only the head showing. The face would be smelled with honey and milk, where flies would then swarm, and the person would be fed often and regularly. Doesn't sound so bad, right? Well, the reason for the feeding is not to take care of them. It's so the person would eventually defecate or shit all over the place until they are swimming in their own filth. At which point maggots would hatch and devour the body. One man was said to be in the tub for 17 days before decaying. Alive. Number 1. Dying of stubbornness, shame or embarrassment. This doesn't sound like it should belong on the list, but yes, it's possible to die from actual embarrassment. When stress or anxiety rise, which accompany embarrassment, a surge of adrenaline enters the bloodstream that could kill you. But that's not quite what we're talking about. We're speaking of a different embarrassment. Too often, people are far too afraid or shy to get treatment or seek help for medical problems that they think are shameful or silly, while others are too strong-headed to follow directions, counsel, or advice over a life-threatening problem they are very much aware of. Getting eaten by a jaguar or being tortured to death are quite terrible, no doubt about that. But all of those could entirely be out of your hands, completely not your fault. The point here is to understand that the worst kind of death is one that by all means could have been avoided. Well, this was the list to marvel at. So please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you think we're doing great with these videos. If not, let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks a lot guys for watching. We'll see you soon.